Going on, fellas?
What's shaking?
So, tonight we're going to check out Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And we thought we may as well do a review of Jurassic World beforehand.
Yeah, this one came out in 2015. It's got a runtime of 2 hours and 4 minutes. Directed by Colin Trevorrow.
I don't even know.
We just discussed this, and now I just feel any way I say it's wrong. But
seconds ago.
Yeah, Chris Pratt starring in this as Owen. Oh, what is it?
Owen Grady.
Owen Grady. I almost said Brady, but I feel like that's football, not Jurassic Park. But yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard as Claire. Buddy who plays friggin' Kingpin in the Daredevil series.
Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio.
It's weird. They're like two complete. Like you almost can't even tell it's the same actor.
He's a really good character actor. Like I love him as Gomer Pyle in Full Metal Jacket. He was awesome in that. And then he just got some kids. And then I don't know his actual name, but I have written down B.D. Wong, and he's the guy. He's the guy from the original.
Yeah, like
Jurassic
the guy who
Park
created
movie.
the dinosaurs in the first movie is actually back creating dinosaurs for this movie.
And with that being said, he's the only returning character, isn't he, from the original?
I believe
Jurassic
so
Park?
for this, and I believe we're gonna get another one in the next one. Well, we know we are. But
And another character that I think was awesome was the guy who owned the park, the guy from The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He did an awesome job, and I'd love to.
That's nuts.
What?
That's another Spider-Man character, because his neighbor's in the movie. That ugly girl that always comes to his door, the landlord's daughter. She's in this movie. Claire is friggin' Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
And then him. That's three people from... That's crazy. I was going to actually note that there was two people from Spider-Man. Now you remind me of the third.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. So with that being said, we can talk about the story now, I guess. And basically what this is that it's not a reboot. It's basically it's a sequel. This is what happened 20 years later. That Jurassic Park is now officially a park.
Yeah, and everything's SeaWorld, whatever world now.
It's all dinosaurs.
They're trying to keep with today's age, and it's awesome as far as that goes. Like, that is awesome. I liked how it's just the same park, but I don't know what would be the correct term.
I just look at it as like
it's
some
not
kind
even
of,
like revamped. It's like revamped. Like it's a whole.
Like they took it and now it's something where it's like Jurassic Park. The dinosaurs are in the limelight so much that they're not even like, you don't have that sense of awe when you see them.
Like there's a petting zoo.
It's like now it's just like dinosaurs are just normal. And I will say I do kind of like that take, because that's kind of what would happen.
What the story leads to is the story's just scientists and the owner of the place, they come together to make a dinosaur.
And basically what they wanted was this, the genetically altered hybrid or whatever. And what they wanted was to scare people so they can get more attraction coming into the park. So they wanted to not only scare the kids, but they said, this one will even give their parents nightmares.
And they just pull genes of different animals. Like, this animal does this, they put the gene into it, not even thinking that animal also has genes, like other genes, and it just turns to a nightmare.
It's pretty bad. But who is it? Chris Pratt's character, he makes it clear that these animals aren't stupid, like how the Indominus Rex tricks them into thinking he clawed his way out of the cage.
I love that.
It is a great action movie for sure.
And even Owen Grady's chemistry with, I know they're CGI, but the raptors, I love him with the raptors. I love those.
I love the idea of him training the raptors and how they have a bond with him.
It's almost like he only has one train though, Blue. The other ones follow Blue's lead.
Blue's the beta, is it, or the alpha?
Yeah, the beta.
The beta. He's the alpha. Yeah. And because I think you're correct, the other ones aren't as trained as Blue is. But then you got the Kingpin who comes in, and he wants to take these raptors and he wants to weaponize them. He wants to use them for military purposes and army, and just eat away the prey is what he says in the movie. They'll just eat the enemy.
It's funny, the first time I seen this, didn't know who he was. I noticed a year or two afterwards. I put it together. I was like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, no,
So basically, that's the main story, and then like you got this other part of the story where Bryce Dallas Howard is in total shock because she's the worst aunt ever. She kind of just left her niece and nephew she hasn't seen in like nephews that she hasn't seen in like 7 to 8 years, and she just leaves
with her
them.
assistant. Doesn't.
But it's like there's deadly animals everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And she just leaves them, and like they kind of show that in the movie.
These kids were only put in this movie for the fact that there was kids in the original movie. I think they have their moments where, like, when they find the old Jeep, it's like, oh, the old Jeep. But like, other than that, well, these kids should have been killed at a certain point. And like, when the Indominus Rex grabs the ball and is. Those kids should have been dead there. I'm sorry.
I agree with you there, but unless they do something with this,
or maybe one of them have the dinosaur eat a kid and the other kid get away. That would have been intense.
Like, I understand. I'm with you
that
the kids are basically useless in the movie unless they in the Fallen Kingdom that they decide to go somewhere with this divorce thing, because they leave the ending set up where it's like you feel like the parents are going to get back together because of this part in their life or whatever. Like, we thought our kids were going to fucking die.
I'd like to see if they're in the movie, but at the same time, I found when it was their scenes, it was just boring, and I would rather see dinosaurs and Owen Grady doing stuff with raptors. Like, that's the movie I want to see.
Yeah, and this is my first, I don't know, I think it's yours too, this is my first impressions with Chris Pratt. I seen this before, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Me as well.
And he's awesome in this, man. Like, from the first time you see him, and he's just going with the raptors, and he's like telling them what to do, and he's like, and he's like, eyes up, and like you just see them looking up at him, and they're listening to him. I can't get enough of that, man.
Yeah, and like, his character alone, just how smart he is with the dinosaurs. I love that too. Like, he knows his dinosaurs.
He did. And he's not only smart, but he's just simply badass. Like, there's that scene whenever he's on the bike
with
and
the
raptors are running with him, and like
scene.
you just see that grin on his face. He just smiles, and then the kid in the truck's just like, your boyfriend's a badass.
Oh yeah, he's right pissed off because they're sending these guys, like the raptors, out to fight the battle that he doesn't want them out fighting. Period. And then, like, the smile on his face.
Yeah, he's pumped.
He's loving it because, like, it's actually working. He's actually driving around with these raptors. He's loving it. Just not for the fact that they're going to hunt
raised them and everything.
It's just the fact that it's almost like a biker gang in a way. You know what I mean?
He's like they got his back. They're not attacking me. It's like, and his partner
awesome.
too, the other guy that they have training the raptors with him. Yeah, he's awesome too. I hope we see him in this next movie.
Because he was a lot like Chris Pratt's character, where he was just all about the animals.
And like, that was his job.
Yeah.
Like, I do like those kind of characters where they don't try to do too much, but in a movie with like a movie about dinosaurs, it's the perfect role to give a character like that.
And then there's Bryce Dallas Howard. What is her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard, or Bryce Dallas Farts, and her friggin' high heels.
Oh man, at the start, you're like, I don't know if I can take her serious, because she's smiling the whole time, no matter what's going on.
I wouldn't be smiling.
No, and then there's like scenes where she's wearing this all-white dress, she kneels down in the mud, gets up, running, no mud on her dress. Like, that's not so much... I'm sure it is on her, because she was like, I don't want to be in a muddy... Like, I could just see the behind the scenes, but at the same time, the director should have been like, nah, we're making this movie great, like...
Yes, yeah, exactly.
What I mean? Like,
yeah.
But there was a lot of that with her in the movie, and then the scene with the T-Rex chasing her, like, she should...
It's like that T-Rex would have...
I feel like I would have been fine
without the high heels.
Easily. Like, high heels or not, you would have been dead.
Yeah,
the fact that you were in heels, like, if they had killed her off right there, I wouldn't have cared that she didn't get muddy.
That honestly would have made the movie not better, just for the sake of her being out of the movie. Like, not to shit on her, but like, that would have made the movie more impactful, just for the sake of her trying to save the day and sacrificing herself.
Well, if she got eaten and one of the two kids got eaten, I probably would have rated this movie a little bit higher, just because, like, I was not expecting that. But, like, you just know they're going to get away. It's like, okay, what's going to happen here? Like,
well, that's just it. this is more of a summer fun movie than a Jurassic Park movie.
But and then you gotta think like that when you're watching it too.
Exactly, or else you are setting yourself up to not like it. Whereas I agree, I do think that this movie has nothing on the OG.
I said before we started the review, when I came out of this movie, when it came out in 2015, when I came out of the theater, if you asked me what I rated, I'd have been like 9.5 out of 10. Like, that was an awesome movie. Now it's not the same rating at all. Now that I've given it a couple years and I can actually watch it and pay attention to every little thing, I don't know. It's
so like basically after they're hunting this new T-Rex with the raptors. This is when you find out, I kind of seen this coming a mile away. They did some cool stuff with it, but I kind of seen it coming, is when you find out that the Indominus Rex is part raptor. And then he gets the little raptors to turn on them. Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Well, the first time I seen that, I was like, that was
badass.
And speaking of the Indominus Rex, I have it noted down. I wanted to make sure I wrote this. But remember when it like tricks them in the cage, but then chases the chubby guy out and eats him, and Chris Pratt's just under the vehicle and he cuts the gas line,
and he's soaking himself in the gas so he doesn't smell him.
The first time I seen it, I was like, "What is he doing?" And then it clicked. I was like,
"There's another it's another mistake there, because the T-Rex would have seen him because he has thermal senses like the snake. Remember that? Yeah. So there's like another little misstep. Cool scene. It's like, I'm not trying to trip the scene, but you gotta say what you gotta say sometimes, right?
It's pretty brutal how it ripped the tracker out of its neck, eh?
Like this thing was smart. This thing was like a walking machine with a brain.
And they're just slowly killing machine with a brain. It can camouflage. It kills the whole squad.
I will say, when I first seen this movie, that was the scene that made me go, this means business. Like, I did not see him there. I wasn't expecting that at all. And then he just takes
I have a quote. All I have is the quote. It's like, I know it's Chris Pratt, but he's like, that thing out there, that's no dinosaur. Like, and honestly, it isn't. It's a mix of a bunch of things in like the shape of a T-Rex almost. Like, it's crazy.
And they say that like this probably isn't even what dinosaurs should look like. How are we supposed to know? It's like, this is kind of what we assume that they look like.
I liked how they actually acknowledge the fact, like, these dinosaurs don't look accurate at all. Like, if they look like dinosaurs really look, they would look hideous and like way different.
Yeah,
like, they actually
the stereotypical dinosaur that you think of is something that like scientists in history and like teachings use to make it seem like cool and stuff.
Yeah, like they made them look nice for the sake of a movie, and they actually acknowledge that, and it makes you respect it a little more, I guess. Mm-hmm. Like, you're like,
it almost does make it seem like this is our world, just with like the whole Jimmy Fallon thing and stuff.
Yeah, I have that jotted down here, but I felt like that was just jammed in our face to show that ball was
like how it worked. Strong, yeah, that's all that was for. He's just like, this glass is really strong,
and that thing just killing stuff for sport. It makes you wonder.
That is what I was going to say something about that, but now I can't think, but continue.
Well, like, if they make that thing smaller in the movie that we're going to go see Fallen Kingdom, like, I don't want to see a raptor-sized one of those. That would be even more terrifying, I would think. Mm. Like, they're quicker, like...
You can get around and, like, stealthy.
If they can do everything an Indominus Rex can, but smaller, that is terrifying.
That is a sketchy friggin' monster there. So basically, after the Indominus Rex has the raptors, Star-Lord comes up and he's trying to calm Blue down. Like, they're all surrounding him, and like you think that they're gonna like at all like ambush him and attack him, but like he gets their trust by taking Blue's camera off, and that's whenever the raptors, you can tell, like, they tell the Indominus Rex, like, no, these guys are good, like, and then that's when the Indominus Rex says, okay, screw that, and screw you guys too, and then that's whenever the big old fight happens.
Oh man, when the assistant gets messed up before that, though, I have to make sure that's in there.
Yeah.
She gets picked up by the pterodactyl, dropped in the water. Pterodactyls are pecking at her, and the pterodactyls start taking off with her.
And it's like, just when you think,
you're like, this bitch
like just when you think like she might get away, like, oh, she's screwed, but like, I don't know, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere,
I don't even know what the name of that dinosaur is. They said it a couple times and I just don't know the name. The big water one, like that's. But that was brutal. I have that noted here because that was probably one of the better death scenes in the movie.
And that was like the coolest dinosaur in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Even aside from the Indominus Rex, like he was cooler than the Indominus Rex. Maybe not as cool as classic T-Rex, but
Owen driving with raptors, happy face. That's
cool
funny.
as hell.
Yeah, that's funny.
So, with going back to the high heels, so the kids say we need more teeth because the raptors are just getting the shit kicked out of them.
Oh yeah.
So what does she do? She goes and she lets out the original T-Rex from the first movie.
And that T-Rex has appeared in every movie so far.
I'm pretty... Yeah, I didn't think that's the T-Rex that showed up in... It didn't show up in 3, I don't think. Because the T-Rex in 3 got eaten. And they say this is the original T-Rex from the first movie.
Yeah,
and you can tell because she's all like scarred up.
Yeah, she has the scars.
Yeah, and like you can tell she's been through some shit.
Yeah.
And so they're fighting, they go at it.
I love that sequence with like the raptor and the T-Rex teaming up on the Indominus Rex.
That's what I love. Like there's nothing like every time I see that scene where just when you think the T-Rex is gonna lose, you just hear the raptor call and then like you just see him running.
Yeah,
every time
just flying.
Every time I see that, man, I just like laugh.
Like, what are you gonna do? Honestly, though.
It's like, look at this little fella coming to the rescue.
Just give it.
And then him and the T-Rex beat the shit out of the Indominus Rex.
And the Indominus Rex is like it's kind of going both ways. Like you don't know who's gonna win, and then they get by the water, and then that big, giant water dinosaur
comes up and he screws him right over.
You know what? When I was watching that in theaters, I forgot about the
that
water
dinosaur.
I was like, oh shit! Like I should have seen that one coming. Like,
aside from that about wraps it up. Most of the characters survive. We'll probably see them in the next movie.
I hope they're willing to kill some characters, not Owen.
Kill like Bryce Dallas Howard and at least one of the 2 boys.
If they're even in it. I don't even know if they're in it. I know like nothing about Fallen Kingdom, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm clueless too. Like I know that it's on an island, there's a volcano, and they're trying to get the dinosaurs off. That's all I know. Oh, and that sexy Jeff Goldblum's in it. Yeah. Other than that, I have no idea what this movie's about.
But yeah, we give this movie a thumbs up. It definitely has some...
It has its ups and downs. If you're looking for just a fun movie, then yeah, go check it out. But if you're looking to be like, oh, I want something as great as the original Jurassic Park, I don't think we're ever going to get that again.
Visually, it's pretty awesome. Like, it is a good movie, but it's just, like, I only gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I know you're not into that.
I'll give it a thumbs up. I recommend you even go out and buy it. And, like, it's something...
If you have the other ones, get it. It's better than the third one, I would say. I like the third one. A lot of people don't, but I like the
Is it a perfect movie? No. Is it a good movie? Yeah.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. You'll enjoy it.
Is it a flat-out bad movie? No. I don't agree. I think this is a good, watchable movie. It's just... It's nothing... It's Jurassic Park should be greater.
That's the thing about it, is you just expected it to be more, but overall it's a good, enjoyable movie, and if you have kids, they'll definitely enjoy it just for dinosaurs. So.
Yeah, just for dinosaurs' sake. That's why I liked it as a kid.
That's why I liked it now.
Who cares about Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum and these guys? Dinosaurs! But with that being said, I guess that about wraps it up.
Let's go see Fallen Kingdom.
Freaking right. We'll see you guys there. Take her easy.
See you later.